last name, first name, the card number of the guarantees. And so what we did here is a subquery. So I did another select statement with another select statement inside of each other. And then from there, we joined the borrower's table again. And this is another important one is group by. So in order to get all of those guarantees together, we want to group by your guarantor borrower number, where the guarantor has more than one guarantee. And this is what Rocio was talking about a little bit earlier. So you can also include runtime parameters in your report. So say you don't always want to look at all of your items or all of the locations. You can include statements like this where your date exception is 4, and then you have your little bracket and a date. And so you'll get a drop down with a date or your item type, location. And I think someone asked about searching by call number range yesterday. This is how you would do it. You can search the 9 and you'll get a list of items with item column in there. This right here, we will share the SQL reports library. This is how you get links in your report output. So right here, you would be linking to your record detail. So you would from the report page, results page, sit there and get to it. And this is just an example of what those things look like when you are running your report.
Those are things that are built into Koha. So if you were writing SQL from scratch to look in the database, you wouldn't have a location dropdown, a branches dropdown. These are things that our lovely developers were responsible for and made a lot easier for us. So these dropdowns allow you to make selections, whereas otherwise you would have had to be very specific if you were writing the query from scratch with all the codes that you wanted to see. And again, Jess mentioned, these are all in a wiki page, so we're going to put that link up so you can access it and see what others have shared.
There's one more thing that's very helpful is regular expressions. This is something that is sort of a whole other thing that you have to learn, but it can be very useful. So right here, we are trying to select the user ID from the borrower's table, where the user ID starts with a letter. So if you have all of your borrowers should have their user ID as the card number, and you're looking for mistakes, this is how you do it. And again, with the opposite, you can use not registry to find borrowers that don't start with a letter. The word not.
So do we have any questions about SQL reports so far? Do you have any questions about tables? Or...
Some of the earlier versions that we were talking about here, all of them use a semicolon. You use a semicolon in the web-based interface. I know you need it in the command line interface. You need it if you were going through the web-based.
I don't believe that you do.
No.
I'm glad you asked that. I don't think it requires a semicolon at the end. That would otherwise be required. You're correct. Yeah. Any other questions? Join, yes. So keys are important to note because they allow us to build relationships between tables using joins. We don't have a diagram in here of what each type of join does, but there are great diagrams online that will explain what a left join is, or a right join, inner join, etc. But the join is always going to allow you to put two data sets from two tables together using a key that is used across both tables. And then you specify that in your join. So here she's saying, I want to bring in the bids where I know the title lives using the biblio number. Koha gives every record a biblio number on import. So we know that that's the key that it's using all across the database to refer to that one bid. Now, the diagrams online are really helpful. We use Spanish Change a lot. I did want to bring this in as well. It's a little bit more complex, but the reason I mention it is it allows you to use parameters to pull data. So when you're running a report, you're not necessarily telling the system, show me the results based on this list that I'm giving you. Nick wrote a plugin that allows us to do that. And we use that in migrations a lot if we want to be able to show our partners a list of something based on a list that they have provided to us. So yeah, it's really cool. If you want to read about what it does, if you want a better description from the people that developed it, you can go to that first link there. And then to download it, you can access that second one. It's really simple. You just download it and then upload the plugin, and you'll have it as an option. When you choose to run the plugin, it's going to ask you what report number you want to use to run the tool, and then you'll get to select whether or not you want to give it a set of criteria to run against. So we included a little video of that. And this is where I'm going to tell the tool, the Reports Plus tool, that I specifically want to run the tool with a report that I've already written. So the report is already saved in my list of reports, and it's report number 41. And there I'm highlighting what the SQL is. That's nice. It tells me exactly what I wrote in case I've made a mistake and need to run and fix it. And here I'm telling it, I want to provide you with a list. Run this report with the list that I'm giving you. And here I pasted a set of card numbers. So I wanted to see my results based on only those 4 card numbers that I gave the tool. And those are the results. So I really love this tool. I know it's a little bit further ahead. You probably want to begin with practicing writing reports and making sure that the select and the from work, that you know where the tables are and what their field names are. And then you can really go further and use lists that any one of your librarians might send to you to gather information for them. Really useful. So the beauty, right, of open source is that we share. Libraries have gone before you and written many reports that they have found useful they've written tips and tricks and shared those. So some of those you'll find in that page. That's the SQL reports library. It's recently been split off, so you can find reports by type a little bit better. So you can jump straight to the page where you want to see only patron-related reports or only fine-related reports. You can jump to those sections. On that page, also, you will see examples of what we touched on. So the drop-downs that are built in, those are there. You'll see examples of how to make something clickable. When you run a report and you want to be able to click on a title to jump straight to that bib, that's something that you can write into your report, and there are examples of that in the library. Other partners have also shared awesome tools. So Jason has a whole section on his site devoted to SQL. And of course, you can Google how to do little things. We found that to be pretty helpful. Stack Exchange is full of information about, little tweaks that you might want to make to a portion, just a portion of your query. And of course, all of this stuff is public. So tables are public. That's unheard of. We work with libraries that can't access their data or have no idea where it is, have to pay for it. That's not the case here. You can report on anything that you want to see, and there's absolute transparency here. You can jump to your version. You can see the tables that your version is specifically using and access anything that you want. I linked this here because we have been using 1811 priority reports. So that's the direct staff version. Do you all have any questions for us? Yes, you can download your results. Are you wanting to download that for SQL or the results? Yeah, there's going to be a spot for you to select to export, and then you get to tell it how you want it exported or what format you want it delivered in, and that will be an option in your Yeah.
Bunch.
At the very beginning, the select card number.
This one.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Okay, yeah, so this one is a little bit weird. Where I'm specifying borrower's fee, that is my guarantee. And then my borrower, sorry, yeah, this is my guarantor. Because the data for guarantees lives in the borrower's table itself, and the field is called guarantor ID. That's why I'm using those subqueries, because I want the card number for my guarantee, and I also want the card number for my guarantor. So I need to specify, I need to pull from the borrower's table site. This is a tough one. You don't have to. It makes it easier, and that's why I do like G and B, because B is my borrower and then G is my guarantee. But it's really what makes sense to you, especially if you're the one reading the report, writing the report. You want to write it how you understand it. So if you wanted to just write out borrower that card number, you can. Any other questions?
I'll email you because Danny on our systems team shared a tool that like reads what you have written and reports errors to you or suggests tweaks, I think. Oh, do you know it, Andrew?
Time I use a double quote, text, single quote, both in very like different examples. When you get where maybe for Smith, you use double quotes, but here, sorry.
Yeah. Yes. You can use them interchangeably, except for when you might be using a single quote within the text that you're searching with. So then you will want to wrap that text with double quotes.
And you put a regex R.
Thank you.